I'm gonna just jot some notes down. John, you can start the meeting
Okay.
if you'd like. Well,
It's 10, 15, 10, 16, what time?
10:16?
10:16. We're gonna call the meeting of the Southold Local Development Corporation, the organizational meeting for February 9th, 2024, open for business. We have an agenda which has been distributed and is available. Lisa, when you're ready,
I am
through the agenda.
Okay, I am ready. So the first item, thank you, John. The first item on the agenda is the reappointment of Chairman Schofer and Treasurer Kelly. The town board reappointed both of you to December 31st of 2027. So I think we should just do we should accept that for us as well.
Yeah.
So do we have a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So this is our organizational meeting. It's a lot of housekeeping. So I think we'll go through these pretty quickly. Election of officers. I just mentioned that John is our chairman, Jean is our treasurer, Francis, you're our vice chair, Charles, you're our secretary. We have one open position. Does anybody want to make any changes to that?
No.
No. Okay, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Jean's quick. Okay, thank you. The committees right now, everybody is on every committee. We have audit, we have finance, we have governance, with the exception of Jean as our treasurer. She is not on our audit committee. Do we have a motion?
Make a motion.
I'm sorry, assuming that you want to keep it all the same?
Yes.
Okay,
That's right.
thank you, Charles.
Sorry.
Second? Francis, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The next is the appointment of our corporate counsel. We have used Jasmine Schlesinger in the past. Any changes to that?
No.
Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, Francis and Charles, sorry, Jean. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the next is the appointment of your executive director.
Lisa?
A little bit awkward, so.
I'll move it.
Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Charles. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The next is the appointment of our auditors. We've used Jones Little in the past. Do we want to make any changes? A few years ago, we went out to see if anybody else was interested. We didn't get a great response.
And we've switched partners.
Yes, we have.
So as long as we're confined with that.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
Kathy Galloway. I think we're gonna have her for 2 more years. It might be 1 more year, but we're still sort of in the meat of those 5 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have a
I'll move
motion?
it.
Thank you, Francis.
Second.
Thank you, Charles. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now the next, I don't know, there's probably about 10 items. If you want, we can do these as one, but we have to adopt the following policies, which most of these are on our website. Our ethics policy, our investment guidelines, our conflict of interest policy, procurement policy, compensation reimbursement and attendance policy, defense and indemnification policy, disposition of real property policy, records retention, whistleblower protection, prohibition of loans to officers. I think it actually goes further, and it's not just to officers, but that's the title. So do you want to do?
Just do it as a group.
Okay.
We're not making any changes to any.
Okay, you guys tell me. And then the next one on there is our mission statement and measurement report, which I brought a copy of. This in this file. Let's see, my fingers are very dry today. I can't flip through papers very well. Yes, of course. This is a document that annually we are required to update and post. I think the reason for this is that they want us to review our mission statement. So our mission statement as it stands right now is the mission of the Southold Local Development Corporation is to foster community and economic development and the creation of jobs in the not-for-profit sector through assisting the development and implementation of projects by and for not-for-profit organizations located entirely or partially within the town of Southold, providing financing for same, and assisting said not-for-profit organizations in obtaining other forms of assistance, including without limitation grants and tax exemptions available under federal and New York state law. Does anybody want to amend that, change that?
That's fine.
Okay, so this document also has performance measures. We're going to continue to make our mission and capabilities known to qualified not-for-profits, and we're going to follow the law and provide all reporting requirements. So that's basically what that says. We have also on our website is the incentive and conditional compensation policy and our fee schedule. I apologize, I had the ethics certificate on here. It's not really something that we need to adopt. It's something that was due. It should have gone down the line. But if you want to, I mean, we could change the ethics certificate also. We could discuss that right now if you guys.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, previously provided to the group were the minutes of the September 22nd, 2003 regular meeting and the September 22nd, 2023 Finance Committee meeting. Were there any questions or edits to those minutes?
No, I have none. I have none.
Nothing.
Okay, hearing none, do we have a motion to accept them?
Motion.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you, John. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Jean?
Okay, let me get into self-organized here.
You're in good company today.
Oh my goodness.
I printed this out and shared it. I do have it on my computer because this is small for me to see. If you want me to put it on the computer screen, if anybody wants to see it, I can blow it up. But
My glasses actually work, so.
I need a new prescription on my list of things to do.
It's quite remarkable that they do.
Two things that I'd like to go through. The first is we need to turn a copy of our check register in to our auditors, which I did provide to Lisa so that she could forward that on to our auditors. So that's as of the end of the year. It's the physical copy of the register. It is in order. It does reconcile, which is always good news. And we've attached any voided checks throughout the year as well to demonstrate that all our checks are accounted for.
And that was sent over to the auditors.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
And then in terms of other information that I've provided to you, there it is. Other information I've provided to you, our current closing balance as of the end of the year in our checking account was $7,773.21. We did phenomenally on our interest in terms of the other monies that we've set aside. It was a good year for that. And you can see the breakdown going through of our savings account and the 2 certificates of deposit. Lisa, I believe you just recently renewed a deposit and secured a good interest rate on that as well, as we expect interest rates will be coming down shortly. So to have these laddered works in our favor. Typically, I would have given you, and I apologize, what the total interest earned year to date was, but I will have that for you next time, just so that you can see what the entire interest, it's broken out line item, but I didn't total it up for you, and I apologize. So right now, our total cash position as of, I didn't change the date there. As of 12/29, that should read not 9/18, is $161,432.30. And Lisa, I'll amend that date and send you a new copy.
Thank you, Jean. And just to follow up, Jean is correct. I did just roll one of our CDs over to a 10-month product that has a 4.6409% interest rate, and that will mature October 4th of 2024. Previously, we had a 3.68%. So it's a nice.
That's good.
Yeah, increase.
Yeah.
Yes. And we have another CD that matures in the summer. I don't have that date exactly, but once that happens, we'll see what makes sense, where we should move it. and just keep them sort of cycling through.
Sorry, what was the October date?
October 4th. Yeah. The only other item, Jean, if you want to just mention is the moving some money around.
Yes, okay. Thank you, I'm sorry, Lisa.
That's okay.
One of the items that came to our attention that Lisa made me aware of earlier this week was that we had received a $12 fee on our checking account. Our balance had dropped below $10,000, which is why that was imposed. The bank has agreed to reverse that charge. And what we would need to do is just to bridge the gap. We will have some monies coming in shortly, I believe, but to bridge the gap, knowing what our expenses for the year would be, to move some money from our savings account back to the checking account so that we can avoid receiving fees on that account.
We need a vote on that.
If we're here, we might as well. And how much would you recommend that I move?
Do we know what is coming in?
Yes, I apologize. I don't have it written down, although I can, it's on the computer. It's roughly $11,000.
That's what, okay, that's.
I have the exact. And we should have that. We're supposed to, the checks are due early March, but we'll get another $12 fee if we don't move money before that.
Based on our expenses that will come out this year, our major expenses, and what we'll have, I would move another $5,000 to create the cushion. We're going to have, without counting like CyberNet or anything, or the accountant's bill, we'll have roughly $18,400, another $2,000 on the accountants. That's $20,400, 2 CyberNet bills. I think we have time to make the adjustment later in the year if we need to. I would move $5,000 now.
Okay.
Because those checks, if they come in as they have in the past before the end of February, last time we posted them, I think on 2/24. And so if those come in, that would give us over 18,000. If we move 5, that'll give us 23,000. We wouldn't have to move money again till the fall, and we might as well let it sit there and earn some interest. We don't have any other major expenses, and it's not hard to move the money over from the savings account. So I would move 5 now to protect us. Our first big check will go out at the in the middle of March, so we should be all covered there.
Okay,
Do
I'll
we
make a motion to
accept Jean's
accept
her report and her recommendation?
Yes,
Second.
Okay, thank you.
and thank you, Jean, for
Yes.
all of your work on this.
I drive Lisa crazy.
No, you don't.
It comes in a flurry. It comes in a flurry.
Sure.
On this statement that I provided, I have to amend the date. Do you want me to include the recommendation of what to move from the savings account to? Okay, and that way it's documented on the report.
Perfect. And I will take care of that today or tomorrow.
Just one quick question, Gina and Lisa, whoever wants this. So our custom has been to have every check that's drawn on our checking account co-signed by both Jean and I. That's what we've been doing. It sometimes takes a little longer because we do it that way because she, you know, I don't live here, I live elsewhere much of the time. So the checks take a while, which is why we are paying you quarterly now, right?
Yeah, which is
Because
fine.
you're the only person who really cares. Everybody else gets there eventually, just maybe a couple of days late. I don't want to change that, but does anybody else think there's any reason to look at that again?
I think it's good to have the second signature. The only thing that we could consider is having a second signature, an alternate second signature.
Yeah, more than one.
Well, that's a good idea. We should authorize someone else. Actually,
I like that.
Why not just have all 4 of us? Jean and any of the other 3 of us.
All the directors are authorized.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Jean and any of the other 3 of us. So we should just make that note
So-
wherever it is.
So
Where is
it's on our banking policy.
Okay.
So our banking resolution. So I will update the banking resolution. I'll send it around to everybody. But we
You
need
still get you'll have to get signature cards.
Yes.
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 Sensitive.
Dime.
I might have mine.
I'll tell you, in all honesty, Dime doesn't care if we have one or two signatures. They're not for a second signature. They just want to make sure that the one signature is on file and appropriate. So, everybody could sign we could say everyone has to sign the checks and one person could sign it. They'll still put it through, but it's a good internal control.
Absolutely.
It is, and it makes me very comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and should make the
But
auditors
it's
happy.
okay if Jean is always required, right?
Okay, so
Is that-
Jean has to sign
And
and
then
then
the other-
one of the other, okay.
Is that okay, Jean?
Yes, and it makes me very comfortable to have that second signature. And in fact, that was one of the controls I put in place on the fraud questionnaire. So
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
And I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure we all agree
Yeah.
that even though it's slightly inconvenient to Lisa.
No,
This will work
no,
better.
but listen, it's not
Slight.
whether my check gets to my house on whatever day is the day, which I don't even know, so it's not really in my, so none of us know, or a week later is never an issue for me. The only time I go, is when I haven't gotten it in a while, and like the one time that got lost in the mail, that was the only time. I don't care really when it shows up.
You're
It's
the
just,
only person who
yeah.
gets is a regular check.
Yes.
So.
and I think with it quarterly, it's easier to manage
Yeah.
that.
I think you suggest that, Dean. It's a great idea. Makes it so
I
much
think
easier.
that we had a willing participant there.
It's
Okay.
fine with me.
All right, so we're good.
Okay, so we need a resolution to update the banking resolution. Or a motion to update the banking resolution so that checks signed must be signed by Jean and then any other board member.
So moved. Or
By the
me.
treasurer and then by any other board member.
Yes, thank you. That's,
I'll second that.
okay, so that's just all in favor?
Aye.
And
Thank you.
yeah, no, that's a good idea. I will update that and send that around to everybody, and I'll reach out to the bank to have them get the signature cards, and we'll do whatever we need to do to get those going. Okay, Jean, did you have anything else on your report that you wanted to share?
I don't. Thank you.
Thank you.
Unless anybody has questions for me.
No, thank you.
No, but thanks again for your work. Appreciate it.
I do too.
Lisa is so patient.
We've got plenty of time. It's fine. I appreciate you doing it.
Yeah.
The next items on our agenda are just a reminder that our audit is underway. I think I have provided everything to our auditors.
Get a letter rep from them yet?
We have the engagement letter. I think we signed. You had me sign it. And I think I have everything to them, with the exception of they need the the reports from our projects, which I sent out to the projects, requesting that they get them back to us. And I haven't received them yet. My intention was this weekend to just send gentle reminders. Hey, this is coming up. I haven't heard back from you guys yet. So once I have that stuff, I think that's the only piece that's outstanding to our auditors that they still need. And that typically we give them more time to pay the administrative fees, but usually when they send in their annual financial reports, they send in the admin fees, which is why Jean mentioned that typically we get it in February. So the audit is underway. Thank you for everybody getting me the fraud questionnaires for the auditors. Paris is due on the 31st of March. As I said, I've already reached out to our two projects to get the information to complete Paris. I will be working on the Joys of Paris soon. March 31st. So we will need to have our audit and our audit committee meeting and a meeting in advance of March 31st so that you guys can approve Paris's filing and also approve our audit, because that's part of what has to be sent in Paris. And thank you, everybody, for getting me the board assessments. So I think we're in good shape for the things that we need to do in advance of, and in conjunction with the audit in Paris. I put executive session just in case we need it. I don't think we need it, but if anybody has a reason, okay. I figured I'd just throw it on there just in case. Did anybody have any other business that we need to?
So no one's heard anything from the school. You have not. I have
I have not.
I have
I'm gonna check you said it was in the Suffolk.
It was a while ago, right?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, maybe 2 months.
Say probably
Yeah,
about 2 months
okay, I
ago.
think I read
Yeah.
that article. Oh, Jean, you shared that article and I couldn't see the end of it.
Oh, okay.
That was,
There was a recent article on the patch as well, but that was more about.
I'll have to see. I'm sure I have it
okay.
saved on my
Okay,
computer.
if you can, because it like cut off, there was maybe another page and I couldn't get to it. I tried.
Okay, that was the only thing I didn't.
That was there for my mind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll just mention it, we have an open seat. If anybody knows anyone who's interested, I reached out to the town and asked them to post for it.
It was listed this week
Okay, good.
on
It's-
the block of all the committees. Yeah.
18 different positions available,
Okay.
volunteer positions.
Okay, well,
I don't think anything's gonna come of that.
you never know. I'll try one of them, say,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, well, I don't know how much, I know we never had much success with the EDC for those,
Yeah.
yeah.
but
Uh,
I'll keep my eyes and ears open.
Yeah, if anybody knows of anyone, it's, and then the last thing is that our next meeting, we need to have before March 31st. So I don't know if we want to schedule it now or if the preference is to,
There's 15th or 22nd. Anybody have a preference?
I'm pretty good.
We can do the 29th if anybody wants to. That's, why?
yeah, just-
Jean, are you still a Friday person?
I am typically a Friday person. March is going to be a very hard month for me. But probably the 15th, is that a Friday?
yes.
That's probably a more realistic date.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I agreed to do a career fair.
Okay.
The morning of the 15th, I could do the afternoon without problem.
I cannot, I have some.
I'll be flying in the afternoon.
I'm sorry.
No, I apologize. I have a family obligation that's taking me to Florida every weekend right now. But
Could you join by Zoom?
as long as I'm not flying in the morning, yes.
Okay.
So go ahead and set a date and I'll try and work my magic around that.
Well, you did 22nd in the afternoon? Would that be more convenient? No.
I have,
No, that's fine.
the afternoon is not gonna work for me.
On the 22nd,
On probably any Friday.
Friday. Does the 22nd in the morning work for people?
I could probably do that.
Okay, that's fine. You're good.
Yeah, I don't have anything with them caught up in April, but March is.
Okay. We should be good in April.
And I apologize. It's an extraordinary month.
No apologies necessary, Dean.
So 10 a.m., March 22nd?
Yep.
And that gives you enough time.
Plenty of time. I can have 90% of it done this weekend. It's just the project information that, and the audit, there's a couple of things. So maybe 80% of it done this weekend. I'm waiting on a little bit of information, but that's it. Okay, does anyone have any other business?
To adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, Jean, you're right. Madrid's a wonderful place.
Ah, there you go. It was a great email. Yes, it is.
So thank you.
This year will be the Netherlands.
Oh, good for you.
Nice.
I think this year's Italy for me.
Okay. We can keep comparing notes.
We will. I think it's gonna be Roman Florence, maybe something else.
I'm living
Something nice on
vicariously through you.
Saw something interesting on CNN. See, it's Roman Florence.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Everybody be well.
All right, take care. All right. That was good, thanks, everybody.